Hey everyone, time for yet another yearly check-in, life update, whatever you want to call it. So I've been thinking about this update for quite a while now. Each time I try to publish an update, it feels like, well, I could wait a couple of months longer, a couple of weeks longer, a couple of days longer so that I have some more clarity on this thing, that thing. But I realize that that's never going to cease to happen. That's always going to be the challenge. So let's not worry about that. A lot has happened over the course of 2023 since I last spoke. Where do I start? Let's start with the latest development, that is, I have finally quit smoking after 12 years almost. Wish me luck. Secondly, I have started taking my hobby projects more seriously. I've been putting more time and energy into it, and they're shaping up quite nicely, quite well. So also on that, wish me luck that I continue to do that. I spoke about them in my last video. Yes, I know I dipped my toe in too many different kinds of waters, but they're shaping up nicely. That's all I can say. In order to do that, I had to quit my job. I have been considering it for over 2 years now, but left my job is technically incorrect because I immediately was pulled into one of my friends' venture that they're working on, citizen mobilizing platform, and I'm helping them up with tech. It's a consulting role, and it doesn't involve too much of my time, and I wish to keep it that way. Along with all those things, I have been able to catch up with friends more so this last year than any time before in last decade, I would say. I have been having a weekly catch up with my friends, and that has been pretty interesting. It started off as a one-off thing and then figured that it was pretty interesting, and we started making it a recurring thing. We call it Hallucinozone, and it's very interesting. It lets your mind wander and talk about the things that you're interested about, whatever that may be. It's fun for me, and I wish to make it fun for more of my friends and then invite them in and have a blast. However, there's this one small challenge that most of my friends are introverts, so that plan has an inherent weakness. I will try to address them whichever way possible. We'll see about that. I'll keep you posted how it turns out. Whatever on the AI taking up jobs, becoming creative, having sentience, none of those things that are happening is particularly unpredictable or unseen, unforeseen, unthought of for me. Those are the things that I have been thinking and talking about for far too long. My ideal state of being still has a few years to go, so I'll take my moment to get there and allow everybody to catch up to that beat of the drum. Meanwhile, among other ventures that I haven't talked about in my last update, one of them is called Solve Energy. I am putting a lot of efforts into that. The intent is to push forward for green energy. The intent is much bigger, much larger, and it is a much longer of a plan, maybe the largest plan that I've ever undertaken, but it will start small. Every sandworm starts as the little makers. It's the plankton stage of a sandworm. I digress. I'll talk more about it in my later updates. For the time being, I just wanted to drop the name and let you know that I'm starting to work on that. On other news, the development around Breakerspace, I have a little bit more to share, talk about the plans and updates. India makes a lot of engineers, software engineers, but the hardware engineering industry and manufacturing industry is really weak still, and I really wish to do something about it. Breakerspace is my take on what are those problems to solve in order to get better at it. So my plan is to target the particular demography, which is the makers, creators, people who would rather make something and work with it than get it off the shelf. One example would be that microphone that I'm using right now. Video is coming on Breakerspace. Maybe by the time you're watching this, that video is already up. So watch out for that. Most of those creator makers equipments are sold at a premium. Say for example, wireless microphones, the camera that you capture your videos with, lights, and all the simple gadgets that are conceptually very simple, but you only get to buy them at a premium because that's how the market is. Even if somebody is selling white label Chinese product, they're still charging the same kind of premium because the price is kind of set there. I want to break it open. I want to make people more aware of exactly what it is worth, and not only price wise, but from the manufacturing side of things, and do that end to end here in India. That's the idea. We'll see how that turns out. So this was the update around Breakerspace. I hope to share more about it either in that channel or in here. It'll be really hard to bootstrap that project off the ground because in India you don't get to really use platforms like Indiegogo or Kickstarter. So it's a little bit challenging, but we'll figure that out. I will communicate what needs to be done to get to the finish line on those. In other news, Anthropic Inertia, I hope to post more content there. I really need some help. Like, the generating content is not the problem. Generating the concepts, what I want to talk about, that's not the problematic bit. The problematic bit is packaging it into a content and then publishing it. That's the part I need help with. I need an editor, producer, basically, and that's what I'm thinking about, creating an end-to-end production pipeline. Once I have that, it will be much easier to get all those different channels rolling with some content schedule for release on like every once in a while. We'll see about that. For the time being, Breakerspace is the primary channel that I'm putting most of my efforts in, but Solve Energy is also important and urgent. Anthropic Inertia, I will put a bit more effort as I keep on going forward. Void, Mirror, they're taking a back seat, not because I don't have enough to talk about or they don't have importance. Again, talk more about that in some later times. So that's pretty much about it. That's most of what I wanted to cover in this video. Thanks for being with me. Thanks for watching till the end, and see you again in the next one. Cheers.